Welcome to Autzen Stadium in Eugene. Coaches like to say play the next one on the schedule. This one carries a little more weight, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sideline. Holly?
Guys, I caught up with the Texas A&M head coach before the game. He understands that they are walking into a very difficult situation today. Their opponents have a big winning streak on hand, but so do they. He said, I believe that we can come and set the tone early. Look for them to be very balanced in their play calling, show why they've won these games 3 in a row, and really set the tone here early in the first quarter. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Gives it to the back on the draw. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
Ready? Line 14. Check.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Keep it on the ground. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. So already they've hit a speed bump on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 8. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore throws to the wideout. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude. The Ducks will call on their punt team. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. He gets a block. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Edwards. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
is not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Marcel Reed to throw for it on 4th. Converts on 4th down. Still going. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Here's Reed to throw. Slides to the ground, picks up the 1st down, and avoids the hit.
And this QB, man, how about it? It's a pass play. He's dropping back to pass. He realizes it's man-to-man, and as they start to chase their guys down the field, well, nobody's got me, and I can just take off, and I've got speed. He chews up ground so easy, so frustrating for a...
And he's in! Touchdown, Texas A&M! Setting up for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They went 3 and out on their 1st possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Seems as if these two have been on a collision course for a top-5 meeting like this. And big picture, guys, it can really help their playoff position.
Yeah, we all circled this game at the start of the year. We knew this one was going to have conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications too, David. So lots riding on this one, and may the best team win.
And this will be huge down the stretch. It gives you a shot in the arm. You prove your worth in this football game, and you start to build your case as you get to the end of the season of why you could possibly get to the best team in the country.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Moore to throw for it on 4th down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Mark him down right there, but he's got plenty for the 1st down and to keep this drive moving.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The Ducks want to crank the tempo. The offense changing the play. Throwing more. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. He's at the... And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Aggies.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the...
Oh, and they blocked it. He picks it up. That's a live ball. Crosses midfield. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. He takes it the distance, and you can give him 2. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Moore to throw. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And the Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch them sleeping.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Oh, he's got some space. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. Offense staying on the field. They'll hurry up on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
At the 35, he's loose. To running room, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
And I'm kind of surprised. That's his first rush of the football game, and they give him the football, and you see why this dude is a baller. Like, give him the ball, he can make people miss, and he can hit home runs, put points on the scoreboard really quickly. Jesse, 1 touch, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and I think the offensive coordinator now is kind of hoping he probably scripted this game a little bit differently. He should have done it on the first drive. They didn't give him any touches, but he's now earned a lot more carries. You're going to see this guy get force-fed now the rest of the game after that run.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing Reed. With the catch, it's Bussey. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. New set of downs after the completion. The run inside. It's Edwards. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Reed. He's going for it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. 4th down, Reed. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. Touchdown, Aggies! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And how do you not love the guts of this offense? 4th down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Bear. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Texas A&M. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6. No mid-season concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
The Ducks can really attack on this second and short.
Wide, 3, wide, check.
Quarterback making checks.
22-90 mountain. Where did he go?
The give out of the gun. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another first down.
Run the football. It's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Looks as if we have an injured player for the Aggies on the field. And the Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Breaks into the open. Ball down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
Well, one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr. who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those two guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like what you saw a year ago. Like they are a committee, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having more come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Using the quick game. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Moore finds his man. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. Little over anxious, out of the stands early, and it's a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. I guess an optimist could say it's still 1st and goal, and now you have a little more room to work with.
Here we go. Where did he go?
Running inside, it's Price. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The Ducks racing to the line in the hurry-up. Slams ahead. And he breaks the play. score. We'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
My philosophy on going for two is only when you have to.
Hey, take it. 3692, rubber check. Ready, go.
Go straight ahead. He's back in the end zone for the two-point conversion. It followed the touchdown as he single-handedly is trying to keep them in it. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Edwards. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. And he could not get loose on the run. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Austin. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Reed. Here's a heat. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you
might have a chance. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. This time stopped in the backfield and finding the sledding a little tougher than on that last run. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
One of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Under fire. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Here comes the heat. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity. Now Oregon will call its 2nd timeout. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. Looking for the first down, Texas A&M lines up on 4th. Reed to throw for it on 4th. Unloads to the wideout. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on 4th down.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Dante Moore. Moving out to the right. Going to try to get it himself. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. Wants to adjust the pattern. From the shotgun, the inside give. At the 45 on its way. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. He's piled up 87 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. From the gun, the ground game. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. The run inside. It's Griffin. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Texas A&M will use its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. Handoff from the shotgun. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the... And he rolls into the house! Touchdown, Ducks! The AT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. They'll grab the squib kick just inside the 10. And didn't find much room at all as he'll go out of bounds at the 12. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Here's Reed to throw. Rushes on him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Running inside. It's Edwards. Looking for room at the 25. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here. To the ground, he's got it again. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. Now the Aggies will use their last timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Throwing Reed. Under fire. He's got it. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air, it's Reed. Bringing the heat. He's sacked. This defense all over him. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We get right to it with Indiana taking on the number 7 team, the Penn State Nittany Lions. And it's the Hoosiers keeping things within arm's reach here in this ranked-on-ranked battle. I think the plan here is just to get to halftime, then figure out a way to pull this out in the second half. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Sunbelt.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Give to the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
And as he throws, and a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free and fourth down is coming up.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Marcel Reed to throw for it on fourth. He lobs one high down the left side. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. A&M comes back out with another first down. They'll run it. It's Edwards. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Back to the ground with the running back. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Reed. Flushed out of the pocket. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And these are the ones that they just add up, and they're so frustrating for a defender. Trust me, I'm a defensive guy. It's just annoying. You get him in third and medium. They're going to pass the football. You play the pass well, but, man, does he have a good feel, and he just pulls it down, and it's almost like he knew exactly where he had to get. Smart scramble. Nice job getting the first down.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
Looking to throw, it's Reed. Here's the pressure. Diving for the end zone, and they knock it out. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. Texas A&M going up tempo. Before this third down play, they're going to take a moment to think it over and call a timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, that is a victory for them. On third down, they're in the gun. It's Reed. Crosses the line of scrimmage. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on fourth down. They converted fourth down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. Touchdown, Aggies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I think most coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big 4th down conversion.
Number 38, set to kick it away.
He'll bring it out. It's Bear. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. He's in open space downfield. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Got room to work. Here's a little room there. He's at the 50, the 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Oregon! They fought their way all the way back, and it's a one-possession game. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Texas A&M's offense takes the field, ready to get this drive going. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Texas A&M going quickly.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Looks as if we have an injured player for the Aggies on the field. The freshman running back being attended to. We hope he's able to get back in the game shortly. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Now here's Reed. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Quarterback got it himself. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Edwards. He'll be stopped after picking up 5, and boy, did he lower those pads and keep those feet moving.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive?
Maybe some room here. Good, solid pick up there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. He's up to 90 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And there is no greater friend to a quarterback and to a coach late in the football game when you have the lead and you can pound the rock. Offensive linemen can pave holes, like running back now runs through them, successful, move the ball, and most importantly, that clock can tick, but the physical ground game late in the game, that's how you finish opponents off.
Floats it out in space. Stopped after a gain of 3, it'll be 2nd and 7.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half and you've got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to power it in. Touchdown, Texas A&M! And they take it in for 6 more points. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. He might want another play. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
And the Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. They didn't quite get organized in time. They'll call a timeout with just 3 seconds remaining on the play clock. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. 4th down, more. Crosses the 30, he's got away. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Hey, down in the 4th quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Still on his feet at the 45. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
Well, I'll tell you, he picked a good time to have his longest run of the day. Really nice job there, feeling the pressure, buying himself some time, and then taking off and getting north. And just so gifted when he's in the open field. That's going to really give a jolt to his offense.
And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Throwing more. Bought a little time, lets it go. Working the big fella to the corner. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Moore will throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Throws to the wideout. He caught it! Touchdown, Ducks! Somehow they fought all the way back, and it's a one-possession game. The Ducks with the answer. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now, I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different looking team than what we saw earlier.
The Aggies offense will have another go at it. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. The run inside. It's Owens. Can't get him to the ground. Racing down the left side. The 30. Running inside the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Aggies. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. He'll bring it out. It's Bear. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
It's complete on the right side. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Ducks are in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And this is a no-brainer. It's 4th down. We're down multiple possessions. We got to make this happen. We got to get the first down. We can't be worried about the clock. Then we got to go.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And now my mindset has to completely change. Listen, we needed points. That's over. Like, plenty of time left, over 3 minutes on the clock. I got to get me a stop, and I got to get that football back so my offense can score some points.
Running inside, it's Morrow. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk.
Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies! That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
Here he comes. This is a gamble. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
He's knocked down immediately, tried to catch them napping on the run and nothing doing.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Hey, it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense and stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment, and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to them, and keeping this offense on schedule.
The Ducks want to pick up the tempo. In the gun on third down, Moore shoots it to the left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He'll be out of bounds. Good pickup on that play, and we're at the 2-minute timeout. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. Here's Moore to throw. Caught. And he will score! Touchdown, Ducks!
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Texas A&M will use its second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. They want that clock to run. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Owens. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to put a bow on this one.
And that's not a surprise to anybody, including the defense, that they turn and they give it to their running back, who they've been giving it to all game long. Up front, the offensive line, they deserve a ton of credit. Blocked and paved the way. This rushing attack has been lethal, and I'm not surprised that's how they end this football game.
And that's the kind of guy, too, David, you want at the end of the game, because he wants the ball into his hands to ice this thing. He's looking over the sidelines before that play call, and he's like, give it to me. Let me finish this thing and win this game for us. And that's exactly what happened.